Good morning dear students, welcome to Maths Bridge course. So today we will be continuing with the topic of sequence and series. In the previous session, that is yesterday's session, we started with the topic of sequence and series. There we understood what is a sequence, what is a finite sequence, infinite sequence, and how it is different from a series, and we learned what is a finite series, infinite series, and then we started with the topic of arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression, there what is the important thing that you must be knowing, that is you have to know what is A and what is D, and based on the formulas which you have learnt in your class 10, using those formulas and some additional concepts, we were able to solve numerous JEE Mains questions. Okay. So today in this session, let us continue with arithmetic progression, and slowly we will be making the transition to what is the topic, that is next thing is geometric progression. Okay. So first we will do some more questions that are therein what is it arithmetic progression. Okay, all right. Let me check if I am audible. Okay, let us continue. So when it comes to arithmetic progression, certain important points which you definitely have to remember. So Tn is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. So first of all, we know that what is Tn. So Tn means what? N term. Tn or An is nothing but what? N term. N term. Okay. Suppose we are having terms like this A1, A2, A3, like this. If it goes, this is N term. So Sn is what? Sn is sum of all these terms. Sum of all these terms is called as what? Sn. Sn. Okay. So this An can be written as what? This An can be, or An or Tn can be written as what? Sn minus Sn minus 1. Suppose we are having A9. So this A9 can be written as what? Is A9 can be written as S9 minus S8. That means what? Suppose we are having A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9. So sum of all these terms up till A9 will give us S9. If I want only this term, what is the value of this term? I can remove this from here. I have to remove this from here. If I have to remove this, I have to subtract from what? I have to subtract from S8. Okay, S8. So that will give us what? The actual value, that is the only value of A9. I don't want what is that? Sum of A9. I want only the value of A9. That is what you should do, S9 minus S8. So suppose if you want to find out A99, so you should know the formula will be S99 minus S98. Suppose you want to find out A1000, that time you should know there is a formula, that is A100. Okay, A100, that time you will find it as what? S100 minus S99. So that is the meaning or the concept here. Tn is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay, Sn minus Sn minus n of minus 1. Okay, n minus 1. Sn minus Sn minus 1, that is what is given. Example, we can take it as what? T10 can be written as S10 minus S of 10 minus 1, that is nothing but equal to S10 minus S9. That is the meaning of it. Okay. The sum of the terms equidistant from the beginning and end is the same. The sum of the terms equidistant from the beginning and the end is the same. Equidistant from the beginning and the end are the same. So that is first term plus last term. Okay, which are equidistant. First term plus last term will be equal to second term plus second last term from the end. Okay, will be equal to third term from the last will be equal to fourth term from the beginning plus fourth term from the end will be equal. So see here, for example, first term plus last term. So this plus this what we are getting, 2 plus 65 we are getting 67. Second term plus second last term, 5 plus 62 what we are getting 67. Okay, third term plus third last term, 8 plus 59 in an AP, 8 plus 59, this will be equal to what? 67. That is the meaning of sum of the terms equidistant from the beginning and end is the same. Equidistant from the beginning, from the end is the same. Okay. So if A1, A2, A3 are in AP, then what will happen? If you are adding something or subtracting something from each of these values, same value, that is if you are adding k for A1, k for A2, k for A3, okay, or if you are subtracting k value from each of this, then a plus or minus k or a plus or minus a2 plus or minus k, a3 plus or minus k, they will also be in AP. For example, if I take 2, 4, 6 are in AP. Suppose I subtract 1 from each of it, minus 1, if I do minus 1, what I will get? I will get 2 minus 1, 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, I will get 6 minus 1 is 5. These are also in AP. See, the common difference is 2, these are also in AP. If I add also, same thing will happen. Now, what happens if I multiply with something? Suppose A1, A2, A3 are in AP. If I multiply each of the element with some value, that is the same value I have to multiply, then they will also be in AP. Suppose we are having an AP like 2, 4, 6. If I multiply each of them with 2, or let me multiply by 3. Okay, here k value is 3. So, this will become what? 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 4, 12. 3 into 6 is 18. Here the common difference is what? 6. Here the common difference is what? 6. That means this is also in AP. This is also in AP. So, if you add the same values or if you subtract the same values from each of the terms that are in AP, the resultant will also be an AP. And if you do the multiplication of each of the terms, the same value, that the resultant terms will also be in the AP. That is what is the illustration which I showed you now. Okay, let us proceed. Now, see here, A1 plus An is equal to A2 plus An minus 1, okay, will be equal to 2 times the middle term. Okay, will be equal to 2 times the middle term, that is first term plus last term, or the second term plus second last term will always be equal to 2 times the middle term. Okay, A1 plus An will always be equal to 2 times the middle term, 2 times the middle term. Please make a note of it. Or if it is A2, this will become what? Second last term, that is An minus 1. That will also be equal to 2 times the middle term, 2 times the middle term. Or I can write A3 plus An minus 2, that is nothing but equal to 2 times the middle term, 2 times the middle term. Clear, friends? Please make a note of it. First term plus last term will be equal to what? 2 times the middle term. Second term plus second last term will be equal to what? 2 times the middle term. Third term plus third last term will be equal to what? 2 times the middle term. This is the concept you must know, because this will be useful in some of the questions. When they ask you to find the middle term, they will give first term and last term. You should be able to know this concept. Clear? You should be able to know this result. Next thing, if you find out An, if they ask the graphical representation, that will always be linear. So, An or Tn will be a linear one. You will have a linear one, that is Ax plus b. So, that is what, if it is have to represent graphically, or if graphically they have given, okay, if you are having a linear curve, okay, if you are having a linear line, that is a line is given, that means what? They have given An. But if it is quadratic, then you are having Sn. Then you are having Sn. Just a minute. Okay, let us continue. I hope I am audible now. Okay, fine. Let us continue from where we left off. Okay. So, if Sn is given, that means it is quadratic. If Sn is given, that means it is quadratic. Okay. Now, look at this. They are given, if the sum of n terms of the series is 2n square plus 5n, where for all n, find its 7th term they are asking. Find its 7th term they are asking. They have given Sn. Sn is given as what? 2n square plus 5n. Okay, 2n square plus 5n. They are asking 7th term. That means they are asking T7 or they are asking A7. This is the question. This is the question that they are asked. Okay. So, I told you by using the result, A7 can be written as what? S7 minus 1, that is S6. Okay. A7 can be found out by using the value of Sn, that is A7 can be written as what? S7 minus S6. That is what the result we are using. This is the result that we are using. See, please focus here. This is the result that we are using. This is the result that we are using. So, this should become equal to what? This should become equal to So focus here. Next one. So A75 one means S7 minus S6. So for wherever n is there, I should put the value of 7 and I have to put the value of 6 and I have to take the difference and I will get A7. So S7 will be equal to what here? 2 into 7 square is what? 2 into 7 square plus 5 into 7. So S7 will be equal to what? S7 will be equal to 2 times 7 square is what? 49 plus 5 7s are 35. So S7 will be equal to, okay, 2 times 49 is 98, 98 plus 35, 98 plus 35 is what? 30, 133, 133. Then we want S6. S6 will be equal to what? 2 times 6 square plus what is that we are having? 5 into 6. So 6 square is 36, 2 into 36 plus 5 6 are 30. So 36 is what? 2 into 36 is 70 plus 30, that is 102, we got it. Just take the difference between these two, that is what? 133 minus 102. So A7 will be equal to what? 33 minus 102, that is the 3 minus 133 minus 102, we will get the value as what? 31. So A7 is what? 31. This is how you will be able to solve the question, this is how you will be able to get the answer to this question. A7 is 31. So my question to you is, for the same values of Sn, please find out the value of A11 by yourself. Find out A11 is equal to what and put it in the comment section. A11 is equal to what? Please find out. Okay, common terms, as of now you do not have to know that when it comes to common terms. Now let us go to selection of terms in an AP. Selection of terms in an AP. Suppose sum is given. Sum will be given. Suppose sum is given. Okay, selection of terms in an AP, sum is given. That time what will happen? Number of terms is given and what are the terms you have to take? What will be the common difference? Actually, when they give, there are 3 terms in an AP, 4 terms, 5 terms in an AP. You can take any terms, consecutive terms also you can take, not a problem. But if you take the terms in this way, what will happen is the calculation will become simpler and you will save lot of time and you will be able to save lot of time. Suppose there are 3 terms, that is odd number of terms. We will take the terms as what? A plus D, A minus D, and what will be the common difference? It will be D. Suppose there are 5 terms, again odd terms, you will take it as what? A plus D, A plus 2D towards the positive side, A minus D, A minus 2D towards the negative side. This will be able, this will give us the value of A and D's, all the D's will get cancelled. And here also, if it is odd number of terms, the common difference is what? D. Now what will happen if it is even number of terms? We will take it as what? We will not start with A. If it is even number of terms, we will start with A plus D, A plus 3D, A minus D, A minus 3D. Please make a note of it. This is the you have to way. This is the way you have to write the terms when it is even number of terms. A plus D, A plus 3D, A minus D, A minus 3D, and the common difference here will be 2D, and the common difference here would be 2D. Clear? This is how you select the terms. Selection of terms in an AP. Please make use of this chart, that will be helpful instead of taking random terms. Okay. Now let us see the questions based on this. They are telling the digits of a positive integer having 3 digits are in AP and their sum is 15. Okay. So they are telling 3 digits. So 3 digits means what? We'll take the terms are, there are 3 terms. Okay. The digits, there is a 3-digit number. All the 3 digits are in AP. Let the digits be A plus D, and it will be A minus D. Okay, and the sum of the digits is given to be 15. That is A minus D plus A plus D is equal to given as what? 15. So what I can do? Minus D plus D I can cancel. I will have 3A is equal to 15. So A will be equal to what? 15 by 3, that will be 5. A will be equal to 5. We got it. Now what they are telling? The number obtained by reversing the digit is 594 less than the original number. Find the number. So whenever a 3-digit number is given, suppose let us take it as some ABC is given as a 3-digit number. How you will write it? 3-digit number means this is 100 plus you will write it as 100A plus 10B plus C. Okay, if you reverse it, what you will have? CBA. You will write it as what? 100C plus what is it? 10B plus A. This is how you will write it. But here, what are the ABCs that we have? A plus D, A minus D. So for this one, for original number, what you will write it? Original number. So they are telling original number we have to reverse. So what is the condition they were given? The number obtained by reversing the digit is 594 less than the original number. So that means what? Original number is what? Reverse number plus 594. I can write it. Reverse number plus 594. Here instead of writing minus 594, I am writing original number is equal to reverse number plus 594. Okay. Original number is what? Original number will be, what is it? this is 100 plus, this will be 100 into a minus d plus what is it 10 into a plus a plus d, because this is unit place. Reverse number is what 100 into a plus d, because it is reverse, this will be 100 plus, tens place and units place, reverse digit, plus 10 into a plus a minus d plus 594. This is what we have. Now what we will have here? So further what we can simplify? Definitely we can simplify this. So see here, this will be what 100a. So see here, we got the value of a, definitely we can put the value of a here. So this will become what 100 into 5 minus d plus 10 into a is what, a is 5, this will be 50 plus a is what here 5 plus d, and what will this be 100 into 5 plus d plus 50 plus this will be what 5 minus d plus 594. What I can do here, plus 50 I can cancel, and here plus 5 I can cancel. Okay, so further what I can do, 100 is there, 100 into this is what 500 minus what is this 100d plus d. What about this one, 100 into 5 is what 500 minus plus 100d, what is this minus d plus 594. This is what I am having. Further what I can cancel, plus 500 I can cancel. Here I am having what minus 99d, here I am having plus 99d. Okay, so see here, on simplifying I am getting here what minus 99d, here it is what plus 99d plus 594. This is what I am getting. Okay, so if I bring it this side, what I will have, I will be having minus 198d is equal to 594. So what will be the value of d? So d will be equal to 594 divided by minus 198, okay, minus 198. So 200 into 3 is 600, 198 into 3, that is 200 minus 2 into 3, 200 into 3 is what 600, 600 minus 2 into 3 is what 6. So 200 minus 2 into 3 is what 600 minus 6, that is 594. This is 198 ones are 198 threes are. We will get the value of d as what minus 3. We will get the value of d as what minus 3. We got the value of d as minus 3. They are asking find the number. Okay, they are asking find the number. That means we have to find the original number. What will be the original number? So see here, original number will be what? So we got d is equal to minus 3. So what will be the values be? So the value will be, original number will be what? 100 into a minus d. Original number will be 100 into a minus d plus 10 into a plus what is it? A plus d. So what is 100 into a minus d? A is what? 5. Minus of minus 3 is what? Plus 3. Plus 10 into a is what? 50. Plus a plus d. A is what? 5. D is what? Minus 3. So what we will be having? 100 into 5 plus 3 is what? 80 into 100 is 800 plus 50 plus 2. So we will have the value as what? 852. This is the original number, friends. This is the original number. So fairly simple question, little calculative, but it is simple calculations. Wherever possible, please cancel it and you will get the answer very easily. Once you find out a value, if you take the terms like this, directly you will get the a value, and on simplifying based on the given condition, you will get the d value as what? Minus 3. Once you put the a and d values, you will get the value of 852 as the answer. Original number is what? This is the original number. They are not asking the reverse number. Find the number means until and unless they ask the reverse number, until and unless they specify the reverse number, you have to find the original number. It is understood. Find the number means you have to find the original number. Clear, friends? Let us move to the next question. Okay. So this is a question from JEE Main 2020. So see here, what they have given is 5 numbers are in AP. Okay, they are telling 5 numbers are in AP. Okay, 5 numbers are in AP whose sum is 25 and product is 2520. If one of these 5 numbers is minus 1 by 2, if one of these 5 numbers is minus 1 by 2, then the greatest number amongst them is what? Then the greatest number amongst them is what? This is the question. 5 numbers are in AP. Let us take the 5 number. This will be A plus D, A plus 2D. This will be A minus D, A minus 2D. 5 numbers are in AP. Sum is 25 they are telling. That means if I add all of this, A minus 2D plus A minus D plus A plus A plus D plus A plus 2D, this will be equal to what? This will be equal to, they are telling what? They are telling it is equal to 25. what happens here is plus 2d minus 2d cancels, minus d plus d cancel, I am left with only a's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 a's is equal to 25. That gives us what? A is equal to 5. I got first thing, that is A is equal to 5 by using the selection of the terms concept. If I take the selection of the terms like this, I will get the value of A is equal to what? 5. Simple. I got the value of A. Similarly, like similar to previous question, here I have to use the condition given and I have to find out the value of D. Okay. They have given what? Then the product is equal to 2520. Product of these terms is equal to what? 2520. So if I take the product, that is A minus 2D into A minus D into A plus D into A plus 2D is equal to what? They have given it is equal to 2520. Here definitely A value I already got it. A value I got it as what? 5. A value I got it as what? 5. So this will be equal to what? 5 if I send it that side, or let me write it here. A minus 2D, A plus 2D, it is nothing but equal to what? A square minus A plus B into A minus B. I can write it as what? 5 square minus, I can write it as 2D whole square. 5 square minus 2D whole square. A minus D into A plus D is what? Because A value I can put 5. 5 minus is what? D square. Okay, 5 minus D square is equal to 2520 by 5. 2520 by 5, that is 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are 5. This is 504, 5 4s are 20. Okay, don't write it as 54. You should write 0 here, 504. So 5 square is what? 25 minus 2D square is what? 4D square into what is that we are having? 25. This is 5 square. 25 minus D square is equal to what? 504. So directly we cannot solve this. What we will do is, let us take D square is equal to T. Here put D square is equal to T. So the what we will get the quadratic equation? We will get the quadratic equation in terms of this. So we will have let us take the next page. 25 minus 4t into 25 minus t into 25 minus t is equal to 504. Is equal to 504. So on solving this, what we will have? 25 into 25 is 625. 25 into t is 25. 25t minus 4 into 40 into 25 is what? Minus 100t square. Not t square, this will just be t minus 100t, minus into minus plus 40 into t is what? 40 square is equal to 504. Let us write it in a proper way. 40 square, okay, plus 25 minus 100t is what? 25t plus 100t is what? Minus 75t. Okay, what we are having here? We are having 625 minus 504. 625 minus 504, if I bring it this side, 625 plus 625 minus 504 is equal to 0. Let us further simplify. 4t square minus 75t, this will become what? Plus 121 is equal to 0. Plus 121 is equal to 0. This is what we will have. Okay, 121 into 4 is what? 121 into 4 is 484. 484 we are getting. Okay, so can we simplify this? So I will use the formula method. On using the formula method, I will get directly I am writing. I will get t is equal to plus or minus 1, and another value of t is equal to, I will get it as t is equal to plus or minus 11 by 2. T is nothing but what? D square. So d square is equal to plus or minus 11, and here also d square is equal to plus or minus 11 by 2. Here t or d square is equal to plus or minus 1 plus or minus 11 by 2. Now I cannot take any value like 1 or 11 by 2 directly. I have to check, because they are telling if I put one of the values should be minus 1 by 2. If I put d square is what? Plus or minus 1. Okay, d square is what? See, I am getting here. Observe carefully. I am getting d square is equal to plus or minus 1, and d square here I will get it as not plus or minus 11 by 2. I will get it as square root of 121 by 4. So this is nothing but equal to plus or minus 11 by 2. So d will be equal to what? Here d will be equal to plus or minus 1. Here d will be equal to, so here d will be equal to plus or minus, so d will be equal to plus or minus 11 by 2. This is what I will have. If I put d is equal to plus or minus 1 here, okay, if I put d is equal to plus or minus 1, where a is equal to 5, 5 minus 2, let me put it as 1, 5 minus, what is this? 5 minus 2 into d is what? 2, again 5 minus 1, this will be what? 5, and this will be 5 plus 1, 6, and this will be 5 plus 2, 7. So 5 minus 2, this will be 3, 5 minus 1, 4, and here definitely I will not get minus 1 by 2. I cannot get minus 1 by 2 here. If I put d is equal to 11 by 2, if I put d is equal to 11 by 2, this will be what? 5 minus, this will be 5 minus 11 by 2, because 11 by 2 into 2 will become 2 cancels, 5 minus, this will be what, 5 minus what I'll have, 5 minus 11 by 2, this will be what, 5 plus 11 by 2, and this will be what, 5 plus 11. Now see here, 2 5s are 10, 10 minus 11, okay, that will be minus 1 by 2, I am getting minus 1 by 2 here. So definitely one of the terms should be minus 1 by 2. For that to happen, I should take d is equal to plus or minus 11 by 2, or I can take 11 by 2, I will take d is equal to 11 by 2, I will take d is equal to 11 by 2. Then the greatest number among them is what? The greatest number among them is what? Now I got the value of a is equal to 5 and d is equal to, I will take it as 11 by 2. So the greatest number. So first number that we have is, that is a plus d, a plus 2d. This is what? A minus d, a plus a minus 2d. This is what? A minus 2d, a minus 2d. Now this will be what? 5 minus 2 into 11 by 2 is what? 2 into 11 by 2 is what? 5 minus 11. This will be what? 5 minus 11 by 2. This will be 5 itself. 5 plus 11 by 2. This will be what? 5 plus 11. 5 plus 11. This will be what? Minus 6. This will be what? Minus 1 by 2. This will be 5. This will be what? 10. 10 plus 11, 21 by 2, and what will this be? 16. So out of all of these, this 16 is the bigger number. The greatest number among them is 16. Okay, JEE Main 2020 question, calculative, but you should know the concept. Little calculative, but definitely you must know the concept. So option B, that is 16, is the right answer, friends. Option B, that is 16, is the right answer, friends. Okay. Now let me give some introduction to you when it comes to geometric progression. Arithmetic progression we are completely done. When it comes to geometric progression, if you see, the general form is given by A, AR, AR square, AR cube. Okay. Here, there we used to learn what? There we used to study about common difference. Here we will study the common ratio. So in common difference, what we used to do? In common difference, the D we will write it as what? T2 minus T1, or we will write it as T3 minus T2, something like this. But here what happens is, common ratio, here we will write it as what? R is equal to A2 by A1, R is equal to A3 by A2, like that. Or I can write it as what? R is equal to AN by AN minus 1. So that is what the common ratio is given by. Okay. N term, there you used to write it as what? A plus N minus 1 into D. Here it is A to the power of R minus 1. A to the power of, that is A into R power N minus 1. A into R power N minus 1, that is a N term. Sum of N terms is given by what? A into 1 minus R to the power of N by 1 minus R, if R is not equal to 1, okay, is equal to N times A if all the terms are equal, is equal to 0 if N is even and N is what is this? If R is not equal to 1, you do this, or if R is greater than 1, if R is positive, what you will do is A into R power N minus 1 by R minus 1. And sum to infinity is also there, that you will study in the upcoming concepts, you will study that, don't worry. Now see here, let us take one question, JEE Main 2019. Let A1, A2, A10 be the GP. If A3 by A1 is equal to 25, then what is the value of A9 by A5? Here in AP, what you used to do? I told you, you have to find out A and D. But in GP, you have to focus on what? Finding A and common ratio R. Our focus should be on finding A and common ratio R. So what is the value of A here? Find out A. So A3 means what? I can write it AR square. A1 means I just write it as A1 or A itself. So this will become equal to what? 25. So A cancel, R square is equal to 25. So R will be equal to what? 5 plus or minus 5. I will take it as 5. Okay. Then what will be A9 by A5? A9 is what? AR to the power of 8 by AR to the power of 8 by what is it? AR to the power of 8 by what is it? AR to the power of 4. AR to the power of 4. So what will happen here is, so A cancels. So R power 4, R power 8. That means what? It will become R power 4 only. So we got R square is equal to 25. Okay, R square is equal to 25. R power 4 means R square whole square. That is 25 square. So 25 square. Correct now? 25 square. That is nothing but equal to, I can write it as what? 5 square whole square. That is nothing but equal to 5 power 4. Because they were given the options like this. That is nothing but option A. 5 power 4 is the right answer, friends. 5 power 4 will be the right answer to this question. 5 power 4 will be the right answer to this question. Now look at this question. Okay, JEE Main 2023 they have asked this question. Let A1, A2, A3 be a geometric progression of increasing positive numbers. Let the sum of its 6th and 8th terms be 2 and the product of its 3rd and 5th terms be 1 by 9. Then 6 times A2 plus A4 into A4 plus A6 is equal to what? JEE Main 2023 they have given this question. So increasing positive numbers, that means common ratio should be in such a way that there should be no decreasing terms. It should always be increasing positive numbers. So let the sum of its 6 term and 8 terms be 2. That is 6 term is what I can write it as what? I can write it as 6 term is a into r power 5 plus a into r power 7. 8 term is 2. So here what I can take common? A r cube I can take it as common. So this will become equal to what? R square plus r power 4 is equal to 2. Next, what they are telling? And the product of his third and fifth term is 1 by 9. Third term can be written as what? AR square into what is this? AR power 4 is given as 1 by 9. Okay, so I can multiply this, I can write it as what? A square r power 6 is equal to 1 by 9, or I can write it as what? A r cube whole square is equal to 1 by 9. Okay, so a r cube will be equal to what? 1 by 9, square root of 1 by 9, that will be 1 by 3. You should not take plus or minus, it is plus 1 by 3, because why? It is increasing GP. So AR cube I got it as 1 by 3. So if I put AR cube here, r square plus r power 4, AR cube is what? 1 by 3 is equal to 2. So r square plus r power 4, I will get the value as what? This value will be equal to what? R square plus r power 4 will be equal to what? 3 into 2, that is 6. You got the value as 6. Okay, r square plus r power 4, we got the value as 6. I am just doing the substitution. I bring it in this form, and here I took AR cube 1 by 3, I got it. AR cube I will take common, r square plus r power 4, I got it as 6. Now look at this, they are asking 6 times a2 plus a4 into a4 plus a6. So 6 times a2 is what? A2 is nothing but AR plus a4 is what? AR cube. A4 again it is AR cube plus a6 is what? AR to the power of 5. AR to the power of 5. Here what I can take common? Here a I can take common, here also a I can take common. Okay, so here I can take what? Here I can take AR I can take common. Here if I take common, what I will get? Please focus here. If I take AR common, I will get it as what? R plus R, I will get it as what? 1 plus r square. Here I will get it as what? If I take AR common, AR cube I will take common. Here I will take AR cube common. I will get it as what? 1 plus, not 1 plus, AR only I will take it as common. 1 plus r to the power of 4 I will get it. 1 plus r to the power of 4 I will be getting it. Okay, r square plus r power 4 I got it. Okay, so is it then a2 plus a4, 6 times they have given. So let us simplify in this way. What we can take common here? What we can take common here? R2 plus r power 4 I got it. R2 plus r power 4 I got it. Definitely I can find out what? I can find out r here. R here I can find out. So this will be equal to what? R square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. Then AR cube I got it as what? AR cube I got it as 1 by 3. So what I can take common here? So here r square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. So by doing this I will get r is equal to root 2. I will get r is equal to root 2. On solving this I will get r is equal to root 2. Root 2 if I get it, what is the value of a? R is equal to root 2 if I get it, what is the value of a? So r square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. R square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. Then I want AR cube. AR cube means what? R I got it. Root 2 whole cube is what? Root 2 whole cube is 2 root 2. So a into 2 root 2 is equal to 1 by 3. Okay, so a will be equal to what? 1 by 3 2 is a 6, 6 root 2. Okay, a I got it as what? 1 by 6 root 2. Now I want a if I take common, what I will get? A if I take common, here a and here also a, this will be 6 into a square, 6 into a square, r plus r cube. R is what? Root 2 plus root 2 cube. This will be what? Root 2 cube into what is this? Further what I can take common here? Let me take whatever possible, let me take common here. Here I will take 6 into a is what? Let me put the values. 6 into a if I take common both the sides, this will be a square into r plus r cube. This will be r cube plus r power 5. R cube plus r power 5. Okay, r cube plus r power 5 is there. Okay, or if I take r here, let me take r common here, I will get what? I will get what? If I take r here common, I will get r square plus r power 4. R square plus r power 4, already we got the value as what? 6. So this value will become what? 6a square. Okay, I will take r here, r plus r cube into what is this? R is there. This will become what? 6. 6a square. This r if I multiply here, this will become r square plus r power 4. This will be 6 here. R square plus r power 4 is what? 6. So 6a into 6 into 6. This is what we have. 6a into 6 into 6, this is what we have. Okay. Now we are having what? 6 cube into a is what? A value is what? A value is what? 1 by 6 root 2. 1 by 6 root 2 we are having. 1 by 6 root 2 we are having. Now this will become equal to what? 1 by 6 root 2 we are having. So this will become equal to what? 6 ones are, this is 6 square. This will be 6 square by 2. 6 square by root 2. 6 square by root 2 it will be there. So what I can do here is, further what I can do, r square plus r power 4 I got, that is equal to 6. Okay. What is the r value we got it? Let me check once. Let me check the question once. Let me just check the question once. Yes, this is correct. What we are doing is correct, perfectly correct. So we get what? R square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. Now how to find out 6? So how to find out r? So we will keep r is equal to what? R square is equal to r square plus r power 4 is equal to 6. Now we will find out the value of a. We have to find out the value of a. So how do we find out the value of a? So we got r square plus r power 4. So a value is equal to what? A value, ar cube we got it as 1 by 3. Ar cube we got it as 1 by 3. Okay. Ar cube we will take it as 1 by 3. Now we will keep a as it is. So here a square is there. Okay, a square is there. So this will become what? A square is there means this will become 36. Correct. What we have taken is correct. So here we messed up. That is, this will be 6a square. So this will become what? 6 cube by a square is what? 1 by 6 square into what is this? Root 2 square. So 6 square cancel. I will have 6 divided by what is this? Divided by what is this? Root 2 square means it is 2 ones. 2 ones are 2 3s are. So the value will be 3. So the answer will be 3. That is option B is the right answer, friends. Clear? This is how you can solve this question. Okay. So these are the questions that we had to solve from GP. Some more questions of GP are there. Okay. Some more questions of GP are left out. Okay. Which we will be doing. Okay. Which we will be doing. But before that, I will give one question for you to solve by yourself. So please have a look at this. If the sum of the second, third and the fourth terms of a positive terms of GP is 3 and the sum of its 6th, 7th and 8th terms is 243, then the sum of the first 50 terms of the GP is what? Sum of the terms formula I have told you. Okay, I have told you the basics of how to find out second, third, fourth terms. Okay, and the sum of its 6th, 7th, 8th terms, 2 equation you will get it. On solving the 2 equations you will get the value of a and r. Put the values of a and r and then you will be able to get the answer, and you have to, most importantly, you have to get the answer as per the options. This is JEE Main 2020 question. You try this question by yourself. This question I will be solving the next class. Okay. So today's class we solved various questions on AP and we started with the concept of geometric progression. Very important. In geometric progression you have to have the idea of what is A and what is R. Our main idea is finding the value of A and finding the value of R. Then AP you have to find the value of A and D common difference. Here it is common ratio. Clear, friends? I will wind up now. Let's meet in the next session. We will be discussing some more questions on sequence and series. Alright, friends. Thank you. Take care. If not, I will try to solve this. Okay. I will try to solve this. Let us solve this. Let us solve this question. Let us solve this question. They have given some second, third and fourth terms of the positive terms. Positive terms they are telling these 3. So second, that is second means I should write it as AR. Third means AR square plus AR cube is given as what? Is given as 3. So what I can take common here? AR I can take common. I will get it as what? I will get it as 1 plus R square is equal to what? 3. Next what they are telling? The sum of its 6th. 6th means I should write it as what? 6th means I should write it as AR5. 7th means AR 6, 8 means AR7 is equal to what? Is equal, not CR7, it is AR7, 243. It is 243. Here what I can take common? AR5 I can take common. AR5 if I take common, this will be equal to what? This will be equal to 1 plus R square will be equal to 243. Let this be equation 1, let this be equation 2. Now what I will do, divide 2 by 1, divide 2 by 1. If I divide 2 by 1, I will have what? AR5 into 1 plus R square is equal to 243 divided by AR into 1 plus R square is equal to what? I am having what? I am having equal to 3. So AR, this will be cancelled. I will have AR to the power of 4. This will be completely cancelled. I will be having 3 ones are, this is what? 3 8s are 24, 3 ones are. So R to the power of 4, I will get it as 81. That is nothing but equal to what? 3 power 4. R to the power of 4, I got it as 3 to the power of 4. Now they are asking sum of first 50 terms of the GP. They are telling positive 2 terms. So sum of first 50 terms means it is given by the formula A into R to the power of n minus 1 by R minus 1. So S50 means it will become A is what? A is, what is the value of A here? What is the value of A here? Okay. So we have to find out the value of A, right? What is the value of A here? So once we got this one, okay, R power 4 is equal to 3 power 4, R will be equal to 3. So R will be equal to 3 means what is the value of A? I can find out the value of A here easily. So R will be equal to 3 means I can find out the value of A here easily. So here A, if I take common, A into R plus R square plus R cube is equal to 3. A value will be equal to what? A value will be equal to A into R is what? 3 plus 3 square plus 3 power cube, that is equal to 3. So A will be equal to 3 plus 3 square, 9 plus 3 is 20, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus, what is this? What is this we are having? 3 plus 9, 9 plus 27, 27 plus 9, 36, 36 plus 3 is 39, that is equal to 3. So A is equal to 1 by 13. I will get A is equal to 1 by 13. So 1 by 13 into what is that we are having? 1 by 13 into R power n. R power n. R is what here? R is what here? 3. 3 power n. Here n is what? 3 power 50 minus 1 divided by what is that we are having? By R minus 1. R is what? R is what? 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. This is what we have. Okay. 1 by 13 into 3 minus 1, that is nothing but 2. So 3 power 50 minus 1 by 13 into 2. So that is what we will get? 3 power 50, 1 by 26 into 3 power 50 minus 1. 1 by 26 into 3 power 50 minus 1. 1 by 26 into 3 power 50 minus 1, which is nothing but the second option, friends. Which is nothing but the second option. You don't have to solve it by yourself. I have done it by myself. Please go through it again. Okay, where you have to take R common, what is the value of R. Once you find out R, find out A. If you are finding out A, find out R. Then solve the question. So this formula you have to remember, very important. Since R is positive, you have to take what? A into R to the power of n minus 1 by R minus 1. If R is negative, less than 0, A into 1 minus R to the power of n by 1 minus R. That is the formula. Sum of infinite terms we will be discussing in the next class, friends. Clear? Alright, I will wind up now. Okay, but before that, please take up this question. The greatest integer less than or equal to the sum of the first 100 terms of the sequence. Okay, please take up this question is equal to what? JEE Main 2022 question. Here little modification in these terms you have to do. By tweaking in these terms, you will be able to get the answer very easily. Okay, so please make sure that you do some modification in these terms, and then only you will be able to get the answers. Okay, I will be ending now. Okay, in the tomorrow session, we will be doing some more questions on geometric progression and also some JEE Mains questions as well, and then we will be completely done with sequence and series chapter. Okay, after that we will be starting with circles. Fine, friends. If you have any doubt, please post it in the comment section. And those who are watching for the first time, please watch the previous classes also, starting from trigonometry, functions, and then the other chapters. And calculus is also the differentiation, integration, definite integration, all these things, they are highly important and highly beneficial. I urge all of you to watch it from the beginning itself. Fine, friends. Thank you. I will wind up now. Let's meet in the tomorrow's session.